Hey, Matt Johnson here with Clam Outdoors. You know, one of the common questions we get asked oftentimes at Clam is soft plastics. A lot of anglers are using these finesse plastics to catch crappies and bluegills, right? Nothing new. However, we have a brand called Mackie. It's really supple, hand-poured plastics. And I want to run through why you would use some of these. You know, for starters, it is a confidence thing. A lot of anglers want to use maggots. That's their confidence bait. But when I take anglers out fishing, sure, start with maggots, and as you start to catch fish, try plastic. So it's not the type of presentation, if you've never used it, to try if you've never ever caught a fish on it. So what I encourage anglers to do is, if you're on a hot bite, drop a plastic down. It gives you the confidence to tell yourself that they're gonna bite that just as much as they would maggots. So there's all kinds of plastics. And this could be a 30-minute video just on all the types of finesse plastics. But for the sake of time, we're gonna talk about the advantages of why you would use finesse plastics. Starters, I'm not worried about bait management. I'm not digging my hands in a cold minnow bucket. I'm not digging my hands in a wax worm container. I'm not worried about my wax worms or my maggots staying alive overnight, or are they frozen rock solid in the truck. So I can take a package of plastics, all different types of varieties and flavors and types and colors and models and makes, and I can keep these in the pocket of my ice armor bibs. So now when I go out ice fishing, I have the meat end of my lure, my presentation, in my pocket. Cold's not going to abuse these, elements aren't going to abuse these, they work and they catch fish. So now you can put these on your favorite jig, whether it's the new whammy that just came out this past season. You can see that, it's nice, tantalizing, looks just like an insect. This even glows. I haven't seen many minnows or maggots glow, so now I can put something on the end of my hook that actually glows. And this glows pink, you can get glow chartreuse, you can get glow white, you have different colors of glow, but you can see how this matches up great with that jig for bluegills and crappies. Now another distinct advantage of using finesse plastics is when I get that light biting bluegill, which we all encounter, right? We get those bluegills that come in and just nip at your bait. It's not pulling that maggot off. It's not forcing me to reel back up and rebait. I can keep fishing this one plastic for numbers of fish. So I can catch 20, 30, 40, who knows how many fish on one plastic bait. So you have insect imitations. You have little crayfish imitators here, like the chunky, so that looks just like a crawdad. You can rig it all kinds of ways. You can rig it sideways, and now it looks like a bluegill, little baby bluegill, which we all know are inside these sun fishing crappies' bellies. You have little flick tails, like the Poly XL, just a tantalizing little minnow-looking bait that you can hook on a vertical or a horizontal presentation. So you can take your vertical jig, and what a lot of anglers do, super simple, just nip hook this right on there. So now that thing, look at that, I can't even make it stop moving in my hand. Gives you a vertical to horizontal presentation. So there's all kinds of finesse plastics out there to get you on these fish, and they work great for bluegills, for crappies, for perch, for tipping on the tip of Tikka minnows, or jigging spoons for walleyes. Finesse plastics are here to stay. They're catching tons of fish, and they're a great way to stay on the ice and not get your hands messed up with all the different elements the bait world throws at you. So finesse plastics, if you haven't tried them already, I heavily encourage you to do it. It will help you put more fish on the ice.